Two other very important pieces of equipment. This is the MEL 8704R meter. The MEL meters are fantastic. They're purpose-designed for paranormal investigation. They find electromagnetic fields, and they display the temperature as well. So it's 2 in 1. Again, a Type K thermocoupler to measure the temperature. Now, EMF is a very important piece of detection. Not because back in the day when people were saying that ghosts are made of EMF, they will, create this field, drawing on energy around you. That was an accepted theory for a number of years, and some teams still believe in it. I've found over the time that EMF has more strange effect on your neurochemistry. Like, obviously, your brain is just all neurons and it's fired by electricity. So if you're having something that has such a strong field that's going to interact and interfere with that normal neurochemistry, that normal neuroelectricity, it's going to cause you to see things, it's going to cause you to hear things and perceive the environment in a different way. That's why we look for EMF. Back in 2005 or 2006, I believe it was, have you ever heard of the experiment called the God Helmet? It was an experiment done by a university in, I think it was in Massachusetts as well. Everything seems to come out of there. Where participants were put, a normal bicycle helmet was put in their head, but it was filled with electrodes, which forced high ranges of electromagnetic fields directly into their skull. And they all said that they felt, seeing the light coming for them, seeing different things, hearing different things. And it's one of the first steps in proving that, yes, electromagnetic fields will have an effect on your body. Linked with the EMF detector, we use a very simple stud detector. Probably everyone has these in their homes if you've ever hung a picture or anything like that. What we use it for is to look for alternating current or metal. So if we get an electromagnetic field spike, we want to find out where that's coming from and track it down. And then if we can shut that piece of power down, then we can see where the spike's are originating from and if that solves the problem as well. And one of our final pieces of handheld equipment that we have would be a standard CO detector. CO, silent killer. Everyone knows about it. Most people have carbon monoxide detectors in their homes these days. We use this going in, A, to make sure the area is safe, and B, to look for any low-level CO leaks within, say, radiators, thermostats, heating coils, anything like that. Because whereas a high concentration of CO will kill you, a low level will cause you to see things and hear things and have a different effect on your neurochemistry. Because CO has a much higher affinity for hemoglobin than oxygen, so it's going to attach to your hemoglobin much quicker. And therefore, you're only getting CO to your brain instead of oxygen, so it's going to alter your perception, alter your consciousness. So that's why we go for CO detection too. So there's a lot of neurological science behind the reason we use our equipment.
So with all your equipment that you have to debunk everything, do you have
anything solid, any solid evidence?
That you feel is, that you just can't disprove?
Yes. There's one thing that happened, and that would have been in February of last year. I was actually visiting Ireland. I was back home. And I met up with my old team. They wanted me to come on an investigation with them. And we went to a car rental company in the centre of Dublin, and they said that things were being thrown, objects moved, and a voice was speaking out to them. Now, that's all well and good, but they had recordings, and recordings were fantastic. But when I was actually there, I heard the voice as well. They were in an office on the left side, and the offices all on the right side were completely empty. There was no one in there. There was myself and 2 other investigators, and this was in the daytime. The business was open, and I heard the voice. I tore that place apart. I was looking for a transmitter. I was looking for a receiver. I took apart their wiring to see if there was anything in there, because it just sounded too good to be true. And now, a year and a half later, that case is still ongoing.
So what did the voice say?
Different things. It was actually calling one of the girls by name. It was interacting with them. They asked, do you like us being here? And it said yes. it was just very strange things all the time. When I was there, I only heard like kind of growl. But the thing is, it was a very deep male voice, and the only people that were in that area were females. So unless one of them had an operation I didn't know about, or had very low vocal cords, and could be very good ventriloquists, it was very hard to disprove it. But I'm sure we will find what's going on between it, because the team has been out there a lot over the last year and a half.
So you just totally refuse to believe that it could be something. You're just going to keep pushing it until you prove it wrong, huh?
Well, it's not that I'm a complete skeptic. You know, I wouldn't get into this field if I thought there was nothing there to find. The PRAB, as with the PRAI, is looking for evidence for or against paranormal, but we're not going to discount, natural occurrences just because it goes on to, then it could be paranormal. We're never going to do that. The reason we are so aggressive in looking for a natural explanation for something is if people aren't aggressive in research in any field, the world would still be flat. We wouldn't have new antibiotics. We'd all be dead of the plague. Yeah. Because people are aggressive in research, they're finding those answers and they're helping all society. And I believe paranormal investigation is the same. Back in the 1600s, we all believed in witches. We found that's not true. Even though Salem in Massachusetts is very happy that all the witches went through, it gets lots of tourism for them. But we found magic not necessarily true. Like I said, the world isn't flat. We found that out. That's why aggressive research is very important and very key to me and my team.
Yeah, very good. How can people contact you?
People can contact us a number of ways. Our main way is through our website, which is www.praofb.org. They can get us on Facebook. They can like us, look for PRAB. We're also on Twitter. It's twitter.com/PRAB. And we're also on YouTube in PRAB as well. So there's a lot of different ways we can get through to us. All our phone numbers are listed there, and you can email me directly at ian@praofb.org as well.
Most rewarding investigation that you have done?
Absolutely. My most rewarding investigation was in 2006 in a town called Walkinstown in Ireland, very close to where I lived. It was with the PRAI. Now, it wasn't rewarding in the traditional paranormal investigation sense of I got all this evidence and look at me, I'm now getting the James Randi Award. But that $1 million would be fantastic. It was most rewarding because the people met us at the house. They just moved in, recently married couple, probably about a year. They'd been living in the house around the same amount of time. They met me at the house with the keys, told me what their alarm code was, and then was like, see you now, and left. They were terrified. They were living with their parents because they just couldn't stay in the house because of the activity. When you walk up the stairs, they were getting headaches. They were feeling very nauseous. They were feeling people were watching them in their bedroom when they were trying to sleep. Which was just up the stairs and to the left. This all becomes important. TVs were turning on and off downstairs, different appliances turning on and off. It was the classic poltergeist house. We went in and we experienced some of the same things. I walked up the stairs. I had a horrible headache within a minute of being up there. We went in the bedroom, lied down for a couple of minutes on the bed. I felt someone was watching me. It was all as they told me it was. So what we did was we got our electromagnetic field detectors. We checked the walls as you go up the stairs, and we found through the EMF detection and through the AC detection that there was a problem with the RSJ joint, which is a big I-beam, a metal I-beam that holds a house up. And by absolute freak, whoever put together the house, one side was charged positive and one side was charged negative. So it was this huge electrical field jumping right between the stairs where people felt that they were hearing things, seeing things, and feeling they were being watched. The bedroom was right beside the positive pole, so they were feeling they were being watched there as well. Once we shut down the power to the house, the field went away, my headache was gone, and we were able to find that was the problem. It was just a wiring problem. A couple of days later, they got an electrician in, changed over the wiring, shielded it, and they're now living in the house again. And that's why that's definitely the most rewarding investigation for us.